Yes. Good evening, sir. Is this audible?
Yes, yes. Am I audible, Archit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So, Archit, congratulations. I think marks are also out, right?
Yes, sir.
But we will discuss that about at the end of this. Okay. First, let us, normally discuss which will go on YouTube, right? And people will watch. Okay, Archit. So, I will be asking you a series of questions. First, with regard to your personal information, and then we will go to the questions related to subjects, right? Individually, and try to be very, very elaborative in your answer so that students listening to them could understand it, in much more better manner.
I'll
Okay.
try my best.
Yes. Okay. So Archit, first tell me about yourself.
Okay. So I'm Archit Deva. I belong to Varanasi, and I did my schooling everything from here. And then I got admission into Nalsar University of Law. There I did my 5 years B.L.B course, which ended in 2022. So I graduated from Nalsar in 2022, and I have been preparing for the civil services examination since the end of fourth year of my college, or more, and in the fifth year of my college. I gave one
Which year you are
attempt
graduate of?
at 22,
Good.
2022. So then I gave my first attempt right after the college. I didn't clear my prelims then. Then I have been preparing full time. So 1 year I prepared whole time, and I gave my 2023 attempt, uh, the attempt in the year 2023, and I secured rank 357. The
Okay,
results came 2 days.
that's good to know. Now, for you, right, you are one of the candidates, I think, in this whole batch, right, is that who have started in fourth and fifth year, right? Mostly people start after, they are pass out, right? So you did it and hence the result very quickly. How did you actually planned it in the fourth and fifth year with regard to the law optional preparation? I mean, the advice that you can give to the candidates that how they can incorporate their UPSC law optional preparation along with the academic schedule that they have in college.
So, in the fourth, fifth year, when I started my preparation, first my focus was on the general studies papers. So, I did not give a lot of emphasis on law.
So,
I tried to, there were certain elective courses which aligned with the UPSC law optional syllabus, for example, ADR or labor, not labor law, but some of the environmental law and all those topics. So, those I would try to prepare also from the UPSC perspective along with the college classes. Apart from that, I would try to do self study in some sense, and to some extent, I left it to be done after prelims also. So a large part of it was left for the syllabus to be completed after prelims examination. And my major thrust towards law optional came only after in the year 22, after I did not clear my prelims, so I got more focused towards preparing properly, and then I started more around doing law optional. So
so what about how much time do you think you require to complete the whole syllabus of law optional, or how much time you gave for the whole law optional syllabus to complete it from the whole syllabus?
yes. So after seeing the syllabus of law optional and the previous year questions, I felt that the demand of the exam is very different from what was the demand of the academic curriculum in my college. So it was more of an open based system in my college, open book based system, and questions were more conceptual and all those things. But here it is a very vast syllabus and it requires rote memorization also to a large extent. And although the questions are not asked in so much of depth, they would ask basic concepts, but they would ask it from a very big syllabus. Within one day, uh, you
Right.
have to remember and reproduce sections and articles from a large number of acts. So that was a big difference. So I felt that I needed some uh, it was very difficult for me to sit down with a book and prepare notes and everything. So I decided I would take some professional help from coaching institutes and all that. So after my prelims 2023, after I cleared, I joined into test series with your institute, De facto law, and I started writing tests. So there, although my concepts and notes and all those were very well covered, but I felt problem writing answers because all of that was not very well consolidated in some place, and I wrote test series answers. And I also looked at each and every previous year question. So wherever I felt that it was not covered, I would add it through whatever own research or online notes or asking you for any subject or any way that way possible. So that was my approach to law.
I think you studied a lot, and I think once the notes was done, you focused on writing practice, right? So
Yes.
that is all. Okay. And now let us turn to the academics, right? What are the resource material and the reference book that you studied for constitutional law, Archit?
I did not refer to a reference book as such. So I mostly did classroom program notes. So those were my primary material, and anything then which was not covered there, which was asked in previous year questions.
Okay, Archit. How about international law? What are the material that you referred for that?
Yes, so for current affairs we were discussing. For constitutional law, SEC Observer. For international law, I usually relied on normal online search, Google searches. So for constitutional law, for criminal law, not so many events or news takes place, but whatever incidents are happening, the topic becomes important. So that was what my thought process was. So if anything happened, I would prepare that topic in a more deep manner, and if there was some incident which I could use as an example or reference, so I would add that to my notes
So in
somewhere.
criminal law, did you use this BNS sections also, or simply IPC
No,
you
no,
stuck to?
I didn't use them. So this year
Probably
I'll
that
have
will
to.
be used. Yes, agree.
It it's not optional anymore. So
Okay. What about CLD portion? How did you study it, Archit?
CLD portion, I referred to Law Expert ME notes, and for some topics, de facto IAS notes also you provided us. So whichever wherever I felt that way, and I referred to previous year questions too. No, because those are very broad topics and one cannot prepare them completely. So PYQs only determine the trend and the scope of the subject. So that way.
Because mostly students are quite afraid of this, right? Because they have very huge. I mean, one topic is a huge syllabus in itself, right? Environmental laws of India, IPR laws of India, right? So that's why you're asking. Okay, so you simply identified the trend and refer to the notes. That's it, right? Not more than that.
Yeah, I felt that there has to be some time cost analysis. I start studying the entire environmental laws and everything, then I'll miss out on other areas. So I try to keep it brief in that way because I
Okay.
was also running short on time.
That's it. Now, apart from academics, right? Like, for example, suppose if you get bored or because it has been a long journey of almost 2 years, right? Relatively, it is not a long journey, right? People have been going for 4 5 years, but you have done it 2 years. That's brilliant, right? So, in between, did you get bored, or did you thought that okay, I should go and practice law, or how did you keep yourself motivated?
I never thought about practicing law or taking up some other career or something, but I would take breaks off and on, and I would take trips or something like that. I generally I would just during the day I would take some time off, unwind. So it was not that way. After college, it only took 1 year. Uh, that was a period of 1 year till prelims. After prelims to mains, that time I was totally focused. So that time I didn't take any breaks or anything. That time, 3 months, I was totally dedicated to UPSC prep. So that after that, again, it got relatively easy because the interview prep does not demand so much time. So that was my approach to the preparation.
Okay, that's great. Now, any final, sort of a message to the candidates who, are looking to prepare without coaching, right? I know you have taken help, right? But suppose if
Yes.
someone wants to prepare without coaching, so how they can, various steps that they can follow.
So I would like to add a caveat here. I got 241 marks in my law optional. So the whoever is referring to this video should know that. But in my
No,
thought
next, I
process,
think your knowledge of law is quite good. Next time you will definitely improve. But yes, that is my
thank you
caveat,
so much.
right? That is
Yes.
my caveat. But still, yes, sir.
Uh, I think first thing is that whoever is opting for law option should know that the syllabus is wide. So and it requires memorization. So ultimately there are two important factors which I feel I would try to incorporate in my preparation going forward. One is, again, PYQs are very important, previous year questions. They only tell what is the trend and what is the scope of the syllabus, so one cannot ignore that, and they should be prepared very properly. Second is answer writing practice. So to reproduce those answers, whatever knowledge one has, in 3 hours, answering all questions properly, that is a big challenge, and that cannot happen without practice. So I felt, and apart from practice, one needs a very consolidated short notes prepared on the topic so that one can revise them just before the
Multiple
day,
times.
because it's such a vast syllabus. Even 1 week is that time. If one starts reading the base books, reference books, then one will not be able to complete it. So you need to have short notes prepared on the topic so that you can revise it 2 days before the exam in its entirety and reproduce all your knowledge in those exams on the actual day. So
Now let us turn to the interview, right? So, what are the major questions that you got in the interview? I know
it
you
was
have
a
told me,
very
but for the
huh,
viewers, right? I'm asking
yes,
for
sir.
the viewers.
So it was a good interview. I had questions. Most questions were thought provoking, and lot of them were dominated from the law domain. So I got questions about the cyber crimes aspects, so how to control cyber crimes, and I was asked the thought based questions on some recent incident which had happened of sexual harassment in the metaverse. So what was my take on it? How would I address such incidents, and what laws regulate it in India currently, things like these. I was also asked some questions around administrative law and general economics questions, polity questions. Also, there was some discussion happening on whether media is biased in India, and what was my opinion on the Adani judgment, which had come just a day before. So such questions were also asked. So it was a good thought provoking interview in that sense.
How much marks you got in the interview?
I got 210 marks, so it
You
was
you are the highest one, right? You are the highest. I
among the
told you
aptitude
last
team.
night also, right? You are the highest one. That's quite remarkable. Okay, so Archit, so this will be the end of the interview. So thank you for giving it, and hopefully next year, we will meet again, which with I suppose,
Thank you so much, sir, for your support all through, and for de facto law test series which helped me. So that is also.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.